Mike, Dearborn Axle. I'm the one that called you regarding the parts washer. Alright, these are the old parts right here. Old parts, old rack and pinions. CV shafts. We disassemble them, rebuild them, and sell them. Here's the finished product right here of what we finished. These are done, rebuilt, complete, ready for sale. Assembly has to be done in a very dirty, greasy fashion to speed up productivity. For us to stop and have it cleaned up before assembly would be a big headache. So they're halfway, you see how they are. They're halfway assembled and you see all the dirt and grind on it. But this is something we have to live with to get the speed of our production going. Let me show you the third step of our process. Hey, take an inch and wipe it down for me. Go. Get an inch and wipe it down for me. Alright, third step of the process is the juggler. The juggler right here is to shake down the product. And the axle spinning in there. Before we put the axle in there, this is how the part comes. What needs to be done so we don't go through a ton of mineral spirit, we need them to individually wipe the axle down before we put it into the juggler. Wipe it down good, alright. This is before the juggler, before we wipe it down. And this is after we wipe it down. A little bit. So now this would need to be wiped down to get to this. After it's dry, wiped down, then we throw it in the juggler. If we throw this like that in the juggler, we would have to go through 55-gallon drum of mineral spirit every 2-3 days. But since we wipe it down, we go through a 55-gallon drum of mineral spirit once every 2 weeks. After they come out the juggler, we've all been out the juggler. After they go out the juggler, they're painted. Alright. This is all the product we built. Rack and pinion steering. First step of the process is to take these arms off. After we take these arms off, we run this right through the juggler the way it is. After that, it goes for disassembly. I'll take you to disassembly of the rack and pinion. Meticulous process. Many pieces in regards to making this rack and pinion work. When we disassemble it, it needs to be washed. The internal components must be completely clean. Let me show you how we do that. Go ahead. Keep doing what you're doing. Roll that up. Oh, you gotta watch that? Go ahead. So, this gentleman is here all day long. All they do is, when it's disassembled, all these internal components, along with the product, is all put into one tub. With all its internal components. They're set here, and then they're washed off thoroughly. So, they're washed off thoroughly. After they're washed and dried off, after the wash is dried off, they get set over here. And they get ready for build. And after they get built, the rack and pinion once again needs to come over here, washed off, dried off again, and get ready for paint. So the amount of time we spend on washing product is incredible. Let me show you a couple more of the degreasiest parts to the whole process. The process starts by disassembling the axles. You gotta cut all of them off. They dismantle all of them. And right in through the sludge right here is where they get wiped down, of the thick grease gets wiped down off them. As we disassemble these. First step of the process is this has to be opened up. Open this up for me, please. Show them how you wipe it down and get it to the dry. Yeah. So much like And we usually do a batch of 40 joints at a time. We're just doing this one at a, just for you. Okay. Now show 'em. Yeah. Give me that. Now this item, this item needs to be grinded. This is the heart of the axle. So all of these that you see here have been meticulously wiped down and washed off. And now, after it gets built, it gets sent over there. It gets built, then it goes over to the juggler. It gets wiped down, and then juggled, and then wiped down, and then painted. So the main hours to get a product looking the way it is immense. So with your system, perhaps we can streamline our operation, reduce labor costs, and improve our quality, because with hot water and soap we think we can get these products to look much better before they get to paint. One more thing about our corporation. One moment. Watch your step here, huh? We are going through expansion right now. We've nearly tripled the size of our operation within the last 6 months, and we'd like your assistance for us to go further. I would prefer to have a flow-through washer. The system of loading up a cooker and unloading it is very time-consuming, and it's nothing I really want to get into. I've ran into these before in the past, and I did not like it whatsoever. It wasn't efficient, and it was too labor intensive, taking the part in and out. It's too much parts handling. I already have a system in mind with your flow-through washer, what it could achieve for me.